I was asked of them throughout this whole promotion, including going to Mexico and whatever.
Gary.
So I can say that I'm proud of it. Thank you.
Gary.
The question is, at the end of the fight, we saw you that you had problems walking. Did you have any injuries with your leg?
Sí, me lastimé el pie, como por ahí el sexto, séptimo round, y bueno, ya no es pretexto, continué peleando, pero sí me estaba molestando un poco.
Yes, in either the sixth or the seventh round, I can't remember very well, but yes, I felt like I tore something in my leg, and it hurt a little bit, but I fought on all the way to the end.
Steve Kim?
Gary, I know that you hate interim fights, like what we saw last week, but in light of what these guys have gone through, back-to-back-to-back fights, I know everyone's going to talk about a fourth fight, but don't you think for the welfare of these two guys in terms of their long-term careers, and Frank, this is also for you, that maybe an interim fight is due before you guys do it again?
Well, to answer your question, we're certainly going to take some time off and talk to Israel, Rudy, and Saquon, and we're going to discuss that at a later time. Right now is not the time, you know. Listen, I've been hearing a lot of complaining, not accepting, whatever the reason may be from the other side, but let's face it, we saw a great trilogy, the best probably ever. So to me, you guys just watched two men, two great warriors, and it was a great fight.
Gary?
You know, so.
Yes, Steve.
No, you want to add on? I actually asked you that question too.
Well, having done Corrales Castillo, you know, I guess I'm torn because, you know, I make a joke. I say if I had to do anything in the world that I could do, I would just take this side of the table and this side of the table, and I would tour the world. That would be my only act. I'd have no other fighters. We would do Marquez, Vazquez, world tour, city tour, county tour, whatever. Because it doesn't get much better than this for boxing. I mean, this is what boxing's all about. I mean, it's if you're a golf fan and you're my age, this was Nicklaus and Palmer walking up to the 18th green. I mean, it doesn't get better than this. And when all sports are always talking, they're always talking in terms of boxing. And I think Frank said it. I mean, you know, it doesn't get any better. It doesn't get any better than this. Probably the best trilogy that's ever been in the history of boxing. I do believe that both fighters need to take time off for sure, and we need to do what we have to do on our side. You know, as we laid out for you, and then in the end, it's going to be Rafael Marquez's decision whether we do a fourth fight or we don't do a fourth fight, or you know, he goes down to 118 or up to 126 or stays at 22 or whatever the case may be. But, you know, I know you all want the answers tonight, but man, these guys just got out of it's exhausting watching it. I can't imagine what it must have been to been in the ring. And I think that sometimes we say things up here, and then as time goes, we mellow or we change, or you know, whether there'll be a four to settle the score or not, I think will come out in due time. But I think, as Frank said, right now we just can't answer that right now.
You know, the both fighters, when it was announced that it was a split.
Hold on, right here. They will. They got money waiting for them, and women, and wine, and so on. But all these people here are due their questions, and we'll get the fighters out of here as soon as we can.
Cuando un boxeador estaba apoyado por otro en una esquina, hablo del doceavo round, y el referee interesa para el combate, ¿qué explicación del referee cuando Rafael Barón caía e interviene el referee para parar la pelea por ganar ahora a Israel? ¿Qué fue lo que dijo el referee?
What was the explanation by the referee in the 12th round after he saw that one was beating up the other one? What was his explanation? Whether he make it a knockdown, or you know, if anybody.
I had excuse my voice. Well, yeah. I did have a chance to talk to Pat Russell, and he thought that it was a knockdown. He felt that Rafael got caught on the ropes, and if it had not been for the ropes, that he would have went down, and that's how he would have counted it. That's what he told me in ringside.
Well, what I can tell you is that next time take the ropes off. That's part of the ring. I mean, and he knows that there is no 8-count protection for boxers here in California.
You know what they're being big crybabies, fly out of the ring or what?
Okay. In any moment whatsoever during the fight, your family, your kids, and your wife came to you. You remember them. Did he give you any inspiration for the fight?
Siempre están en mi mente, por ellos hago lo que hago.
They're always on my mind, and that's what I do. That's why I'm a boxer.
Gary, a question for King Marquez. Was there anything mentioned in the corner in between rounds to keep the punches up? Because even if maybe the punches weren't low, yes, though they weren't, at least maybe the referee was still thinking they were hitting low. So wondering if in the corner if they were mentioning keeping the punches up.
La pregunta es que si en la esquina nosotros estábamos haciéndole un comentario a Rafael o dándole instrucciones de que no golpeara abajo, ya que el referee lo estaba molestando por supuestos golpes abajo. No, en ningún momento se tocó ese tema, puesto que sabíamos que los golpes a lo mejor tocaban el cinturón de Israel, pero nunca fueron malintencionados. A lo mejor los golpes que se suscitaron abajo fueron también por la inercia de los golpes, pero nunca se tomó en consideración darle advertencia a Rafael de que no lo hiciera. I'm going to answer in English. No, actually, we never discussed it in the corner because, I mean, we knew that those punches weren't intentional and he wasn't hitting that low. Maybe they went a little bit low or right on the belt because of the trajectory of the punches, but never in the intention to try to hurt Israel with a low punch.
Israel, tú cuando saliste en el 12, saliste muy fuerte. ¿Pensabas que estabas perdiendo la pelea o qué fue eso?
In the 12th round, you came out really strong. Did you feel at any moment that you needed to go out that strong because you thought you were losing the fight?
No. Veo una pelea bastante apretada. En cualquier momento, pues, se la podía llevar Rafael o me la podía